morning. So nice to have you join us today. We hope that your day is off to a great start. If it's not quite yet, Kary Favish is going to put you in a fantastic mood. She's the Crosby Baker, and all that you see in front of us is her masterful works of art. Good to see you.
Nice to see you too. Thank you for having me back.
Oh, well, you know, come on. You never come to a television station with food and don't get the red carpet rolled out. So here's the thing that you're going to want to know about Kary. Go ahead and write down the Crosby Baker, and then we'll show you her phone number. You can place orders with her, and when Valentine's Day rolls around, or any event that you might have, she is going to wow the crowd. You have got some new things on the menu, though, since I saw you last.
I do. I had my fruitcake, and then also there's I'm coming up with a very special pie to be determined, but it's gonna give homage to a pie that is from a famous restaurant here in.
Oh, that's right. You told me about that, and I won't reveal it.
Okay,
I'll keep the secret.
You'll be the first one to know that I release it.
Okay, deal. I will tell you this though: her name is getting out for very, very good reason. You were recently featured in Stroll.
Stroll magazine. There's a whole spread on Stroll magazine. All the different kinds of desserts that people have requested. Not only do I have a website that have my suggestions on it, but people can go out there and they can say, oh, can you do this or can you do that? I recently just did an egg-free birthday cake and they said it was absolutely wonderful, and I need to keep the recipe, so gluten-free. I'm doing gluten-free now.
So let's talk about that. The gluten-free, these are macarons here in front. They are by nature gluten-free.
Yes, because they're made with the cookie is made with almond flour and powdered sugar, as well as egg whites. But since there's no flour in there, are gluten-free. Okay. And as long as you don't have any flour, and you wouldn't, in the filling, it's all gluten-free, and each one of these cookies is only 29 calories.
Stop it.
Yep.
That doesn't count the filling.
No, that's why I said the cookie.
Okay, just to clarify. Okay, so let's just kind of walk through, because these are works of art. I mentioned that, but she's doing all these by hand in her kitchen.
Yes.
So here are your macarons. One is a raspberry filling.
This is a raspberry buttercream filling, and there's a chocolate ganache in the middle, a dab of chocolate ganache in the middle, and this is strawberry with a strawberry ganache. Okay. And there's strawberry jam in the middle of it.
You mentioned to me that vintage cakes are coming back.
Very
my daughter
much so.
turned 20. I want a vintage cake. So this is red velvet.
This cake is red velvet. It's a 6-inch 3-layer red velvet, and the frosting is just a vanilla. It's just colored. But I've done strawberry vintage cakes. I've done vanilla vintage cakes. So people are really going after this. And I thought for Valentine's Day, I need to do something red and white.
It's beautiful. It's simple, and yet it's not.
Yeah.
It's just nostalgic.
Right.
So you did a spin now from the red velvet to a pink velvet.
That is correct.
And that's these little cupcakes here. Can I hold one up?
You can.
Okay, this is quite heavy.
Yes. It's a pink velvet cupcake, and everything I make is very high quality. There's butter, there's no margarine or shortening or anything in that.
This is dense.
Yeah.
So you know it's going to be moist.
Yes.
Did you tell me that there's ganache in here?
There is, underneath the frosting, there is some ganache in the middle.
Okay,
so the pink velvet, and then you have the ganache in the middle, and then the frosting over the top.
Wow. And look what you have done. If people wanted to order these from you, do they order a dozen at a time?
Yes, it has to be a dozen.
An even dozen. Yeah. Can they specify colors if they wanted to?
Absolutely.
And your order time is what, Kary?
I normally like to have at least 72 hours, but as we get into closer to Valentine's Day, I am going to be very busy. I'm already starting now to take Valentine's Day orders.
Sure.
So the sooner you get in, and if it's an emergency, I definitely can accommodate you.
Okay, so then you had sent me an email and you said it's kind of intimidating actually when Kary emails you, because she knows what she can do. And she said, would you like me to bring this, or this? And I thought, golly, it all sounds good. how do I choose? But I wanted you to bring these cookies. And you were glad I chose them because
Yes.
you said they're very good.
They're very good. They're a sugar cookie, very light and tender, and these are homemade truffles, heart truffles.
As if you had nothing more to do with your time. So we're going to cut into one of these. Here, I'll let you see it while it's nice and pretty. Isn't that pretty? So you said the pink ones and the red ones are the same.
Yes, they're
It's just a sugar
it's
cookie.
the sugar
Okay,
coloring.
I'm going to let you have the honors. She knows what she's doing. You know, sometimes, like I heard someone tell me once that the most popular form of ice cream is vanilla because it's just classic and simple.
Right.
A sugar cookie should not be underestimated.
Right.
Now this is going to be yum. Okay, here, you can see for yourself how yummy that's going to be. Okay, you got to do some talking while I take a bite. To remind people of how you came to Chattanooga, because you're a transplant, right?
I'm a transplant. My husband and I came from San Diego, and where I serviced 7 restaurants, and I had a majority of probably about 50 customers that order from me all the time. And then I came here, and I have to tell you something, my business has exploded.
Really?
Yes, and you know, Chattanooga is so great. The people are really wanting to support local business. You know,
We do.
They really are. They're kind. They want to support local business, and I'm so grateful for that.
Well, let me tell you. So this is some kind of good. You could actually. These are not going to be 29 calories.
No,
But
I
you could
wish.
have it. You could. I mean, this is so. I don't know. There's just so much in this one cookie that you could eat half of it and satisfy your sweet tooth.
correct,
I mean, it's really quite good.
correct.
And what kinds of work do you do from a catering perspective? Not catering, but if you're throwing a bridal shower, for example.
Well, I've done people. What I have is people will contact me, and I can do miniature versions of what I have. I've done a Tiffany cupcake.
Really?
Yes, I had ordered a wrap that was Tiffany blue, and then the cupcake was white with a blue frosting, and I actually had a fondant bow on it.
Oh, wow.
So that's on
do
my
you-
website.
Okay, let me ask you this. If you had, like maybe your grandmother baked a cake and you don't have the recipe, but you remember how much you love this certain cake, can they contact you and maybe you'll have it in your wheelhouse?
Right,
Okay.
right. I've done that for my husband. He's from South Africa, and he said, I wish you could make what my mother made, and he would tell me, and I went out and I researched it, and it came out exactly.
Really?
Yes.
She's the Crosby Baker. You'll find her online. Place your order. She'll tell you how to come to her to pick them up. 72 hours, and these decadent treats are yours.
Feels good to be